Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So my video yesterday just ended up having a huge issue with it, so I ended up taking it down immediately after posting it. So to get you guys some sort of content as early as I can this week, I wanted to go over the fact that ShineGreymon is still topping tournaments, even all the way in BT7. We're going to look at some of these decks, just kind of a quick overview of just some things to be on the lookout for in the future. If you're a big ShineGreymon fan like myself, and you're always looking for opportunities to go back to it, to play it again, it's kind of in an awkward situation right now, and you're really hoping that play it again just because it's really fun. The strategy is very unique. Well, look no further because it's coming back, okay? It's coming back, and it's going to be topping events again. Alright, so this first deck that we're going to look at here was a second place runner-up. Made it all the way to the finals of this event here. This was Win Han. These are all Japanese events, by the way, because it's BT7, so it's still in Japan currently. I don't normally go and look at just that far down the road. I like to look at the here and now for the English format. But this was it blew my mind, and I really wanted to cover it just to kind of get it out there for everybody, just to look for something to look forward to, in the road ahead. So this first build here, I was just like, oh my god, look at all those Tamers. Dang. I don't think we've ever had that many Tamers in a deck before. 16 Tamers. But if you notice, if you look up here, the level of rookies is crazy low, right? There's a reason for that, all right? So we're going to kind of look at these cards here and kind of just see what they're going with here. They got the Omnimon, so it looks like they're going for a big draw engine. They're trying to draw into all of their pieces that they need. They desperately need all their pieces because if you got this many Tamers here, you're not doing as much evolving like on rookies on top of babies and then level 4s on top of your rookies and so on. You're not doing that as much. So you need to be able to find draw power where you can. So Omnimon makes sense here. Next, we got the old starter deck, Patamon. This is the on-play, reveal top cards of your deck, add a Tamer to hand. 3 play cost. Again, with all these Tamers you're playing here, that's really good. I posted a video a while back about cards that are getting a whole lot of play, card types that are getting a whole lot of play. And these on-play reveal so many cards on the top of the deck and then add something for free to hand. That hand value replacing, and then getting to pick. It's not like you're just digivolving and drawing a random card. No, you get to look at the top cards and then pick the exact stuff you need. That's really, really good stuff. So they're maxing out on those Patamons as well as this new guy. So this is Bokomon, and Bokomon's kind of doing the similar things to Patamon here. On play, reveal 5 cards at the top of your deck. Add 1 card with Hybrid in its form, or 10 Warriors, and 1 Tamer card among them to your hand. And then place the remaining cards on the bottom of the deck in any order. Pretty standard stuff that lasts a little bit. But, okay, you get to pick a Hybrid or a 10 Warriors and a Tamer. We saw how many Tamers they're playing, so let's take a look at all the Hybrids. Also, your turn, once per turn, when your Tamer digivolves, gain 2 memory. And this is about to start making a whole lot more sense with this Bokomon. So this is like a huge, huge key piece here for sure. So taking a look back at this, these level 4s, these are all hybrids. Yellow finally gets their hybrid Digimon. Took them all the way into BT7. But we got Kazimon here, which is just your standard 2 Evo cost, Digivolve on top of a Tamer, cut and dry, very simple, straightforward, 5,000 DP. But next up, we got this beauty. And there's Kazimon right there, just a quick glimpse, 2 Evo cost, 5 play cost. Or there's Zephyrimon, and this is, if you've seen the Series 4, you kind of understand they're kind of like same power level, they just do different things. But this has the same ability. You may digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your yellow Tamers, as if the Tamer is a level 3 Digimon, okay, for a memory cost of 2. So it's exactly the same when you're digivolving on top of a Tamer. And that's what you're doing a whole lot of in this deck. You're digivolving on top of your Tamers. I know what kind of deck it is. I understand it's a ShineGreymon deck, but you saw how many Tamers there were. think about it in this way. Think about all those times that you've hard played rookies on the field, and then you just kind of they just kind of died for whatever reason. Either they're being played against heavily due to Rookie Rush being really popular in the format, so people are countering with a whole lot of rookie hate. But by making your rookies instead into tamers, and the tamers are super protected, it's pretty difficult in this game to clear tamers off the field. There are cards that do it, but they're barely played, honestly. Barely played in the context of actually doing the effects to actually remove tamers. Something like Defeat, most of the time people aren't playing relying on Zord Defeat to Digivolve into, so removing tamers reliably through that isn't very reliable. You have All Delete, which no one is playing All Delete, so yeah, having your tamers basically be untouchable rookies is pretty awesome. And then just being able to build up a field and drop a ShineGreymon also, just and in addition to that, is very nice. So basically this is just a second copy of Kazimon, but also it's kind of neat because when digivolving, if a card with hybrid in its name, or Zoe, which is one of our tamers we're playing, is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, all of your security Digimon get plus 3000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this stays, by the way. So you do this effect, even if Zephyriamon leaves the field for whatever reason, or you Digivolve on top of her, she gets destroyed, that plus 3000 is going to stick, okay? So that's pretty cool. So you're probably not, one Evo cost to go on top of the Kazimon, not a big deal, but more than likely you're just going to be doing that 2 play cost to go right on top of your Zoe. So let's go take a look at Zoe down here. So her effect is a lot of the new tamers here. They're kind of like a one-shot wonder, right? You're meant to hard play them either from security or from hand, and then Digivolve on top of them. They're not meant to stick around on the field like the old tamers. The old tamers were like, turn after turn after turn, you're going to get some sort of really good value. These new tamers, they're like hard play and then Digivolve on top of us, and especially because they now have inheritables, which is amazing. That's exactly what a lot of these decks needed, was inheritable tamers. So security, play this Digimon without paying its memory cost. On play, you may search your security stack for one card with hybrid or 10 warriors in its trait, reveal it, and add it to your hand. If you added a card to your hand, recovery +1. So just kind of like a TK. You're going to get that search that you need to grab the exact card you need out of security. Also lets you get a peek at your security, see what you got. And when you take a card, you get that recovery, which is great. Yeah, there's not really much to do here. Also, it's a May effect, by the way, so that's also nice because TK is a mandatory, and this is a May effect. So if you don't want to take anything or there's nothing to take, you don't have to worry about it. So that's pretty nice. And then inheritable, all of your security Digimon get plus 3000 DP. So you go Zoe and Digivolve into Zephyriamon, that's plus 6,000 DP, all of your security Digimon. That's pretty cool. We haven't really got to see that play too much effect in security in quite a while. Most people have just kind of steered away from that whole strategy. That's not really the main focus of this deck by any means, but it is really kind of just neat to see it just pop off, just because of the things you're doing anyways in the deck. Like, you're going to be doing these things regardless, just because you're digivolving on top of tamers. That's like the main thing here. Just getting bonus side effects on the side is really cool. Also, we got a new level 5 here, which is just a continuation of the evolution chain in Jet Sylphimon. And one of your Digimon with a Tamer card in its Digivolution cards digivolves into this card in your hand. Reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 2. So you can make this a 1-cost level 5. Wow. We love our 1-cost level 4s. Now you're telling me I can do a 1-cost level 5 evolution? Sign me up. Absolutely. Like, you could just stop right there and we're good. I don't even need to know anything else that this Digimon does. But in addition, when digivolving, if a card with hybrid in its trait is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, which is going to happen because all of your level 4s here, recovery +1. You're giving me a 1-cost Evo level 5 that also gives me recovery +1 with no stipulation. I don't have to be at 3 or less or anything like that. I just get to do it. Wow, what an incredible card. So good. What a great set of cards here in this deck. Next, we've got the Rise Greymon here. This is, when Digivolving, you to play a Tamer for free, which you will pretty much always have live. And then just the 4 ShineGreymon here to go on top of it. Wow, just this deck is just, it feels so, like, crazy how it works. Just all about searching Tamers. You do spend a lot of turns hard playing though, so you're hard playing a lot of these Tamers here with nothing on field, like no blockers. You get a little bit of recovery, which is kind of good. It's just, I don't know, it feels a little weird, but clearly it worked. You just got to make sure you get into this ShineGreymon while you've got your Tamers on field to actually get that power. Also, they're running the Susanoomon, which I thought was kind of interesting. At first, I wasn't too sold on it, and then I kind of had to think about how the deck was working, right? Because it says by placing a total of 10 cards that are Tamers or Digimon cards with hybrid in their form from hand or trash to the bottom of your deck. So you can't, any Tamers on field, you can't like shuffle them back. They have to be in trash or in hand. You may Digivolve this card, on top of a Tamer. That's kind of neat. So it gets Security Attack +2 there. When Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. I mean, that's pretty cool. It's a steep Evo cost, though. That 7 is pretty brutal. So it might be a little bit before you can get any kind of value off of this. You don't have any blitz or anything like that. You can reduce the Evo cost if you're playing, white Tamers. But if you start playing white Tamers, you're going to take away from your ShineGreymon power. It's probably why they only got the 2 of here. It's nice when you can get it, but not like a main focus of the deck. So just kind of neat there. The when Digivolving effect, though, just delete one of your opponent's Digimon. That alone is kind of just worth just Digivolving into it. But the 10 cards, the Tamers or Digimon of Hybrid. So I had to think about it. So you're kind of, you're Digivolving on top of your Tamers with your hybrids. And then your level 5s are hybrids, right? And so when you trash these guys, when they die, they crash into security or whatever, your opponent removes them off the field. I mean, you're sending like 2-3 cards to the graveyard or to the trash with one removal of one of your Digimon. So it's actually a lot easier to get that 10 in trash than I even thought about at first. I was like, well, your Tamers are on field. I mean, how are you going to get a whole lot of Tamers to the trash? Duh, you're Digivolving on top of them like just crazy every single turn. Now, it is kind of weird because you are Digivolving on top of your Tamers, so it's kind of hard to build up a big field, I would say, with to get into the big pop on the Shine, because it's just gonna take a lot of getting used to. It's a very unique strategy, which I'm totally here for. We do have another deck profile over here. Just kind of jump over and look at. This is a 3rd place, nicknamed it Shinebird, which seems like, again, a super similar overall strategy here. We've got the Kazimon and the Silphermon and the Jet Sylphimon here packaged, like this whole package here with Tamers. Again, we have a crap ton of Tamers, a full package of 16. Everyone just hanging on to the one Bushi here. I guess with the Memory Fixer and with the Duo Tamer, getting yourself to 5 memory to actually get this off is a total viable thing you can do. We got the Bukomon here for the search. Same with the Patamons, just more search power. We're getting some recovery, which is pretty cool. One more copy of Rise here. I'm definitely in favor of the Rise. With as many Tamers as there are here, I feel like this Rise Greymon will always be live. Like, you should always have a Tamer in hand to be able to use this with. Again, 4 copies of Shine here. No Susanoomon, which I think I kind of am more in favor of. Just no copies of that. Also, cut down the eggs down to only 4, as opposed to the other one that did have the Cubimon here. But look at this lineup here of why would you run 5? It's, I don't know. I find it kind of interesting. Why would you run 5 eggs when you only have 5 rookies that can Digivolve on top of them? And then considering most of them you just want to hard play anyway, just for the search factor. So most of the time you're not even going to want to Digivolve necessarily. I mean, sure you can, but it's just, I think the 4 of Upamon just makes way more sense, because you're not going to Digivolve all 5 of your rookies onto all 5 of these eggs. It's just not going to happen. So the consistency of making sure you're at the Upamon, always getting the Upamon, just I like that better. We also got the nice new removal here. I believe that is BT6 that comes out. Basically, just essentially Gaia Force. I think it's minus 15,000 DP on a Digimon. So nice removal there. Blinding Ray. I mean, Blinding Ray is always good. It's a playmaker for sure. So overall, decks are kind of coming out very similar, but it's still crazy that it's all about Tamers, playing a bunch of Tamers, and then just dropping this big ShineGreymon bomb on them, and using the Tamers, like, actively. They're not just sitting there useless. It's like, oh, I can't get into a ShineGreymon. Okay, all these Tamers are just kind of sitting there not doing anything. No, they're still doing things. Like, you can still use them as rookies, which is crazy. Protected rookies, just like in your raising area, that are untouchable. Having basically more rookies out on the field that are protected is just... it's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat concept for sure. I'm really digging it. So hopefully we'll see more like variations of this deck. I know it's still early on for BT7, but be on the lookout. We'll see how well ShineGreymon is going to stick around, because so far we got 2 tops out of it already in just like no time at all. So things are looking very promising for Shine. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would, please like the video and subscribe. Just a little bit of help goes a super long ways. It helps the channel out tremendously, gets my videos out there, gets them seen. And if you really, really want to support the channel, check out the links in the description below. I'll have a link for my Patreon, which is displayed right here. You can get access to my Discord server that I have, as well as you can get the memory markers that we've had. These are just a few of my favorites from the past that we've had. The current one, Impmon's baby, as well as Gabumon's baby as well. Susanoomon and Yaomon. These guys are super adorable. I definitely love them so much. And every month a new one changes out, so make sure you check that out. As well as we have our new playmats. This is why I recreated this video. It's because our playmats are here finally, and they are super cool. I alternate between the black and white every single month for whoever wants to support this tier, as well as I have a tier just higher than that, so that way you don't also have to lose out on a memory marker. You can get both the memory marker and the playmat just in case you want both. Super awesome support from everyone that has supported in the past and who will support in the future. You guys are awesome. Also, if you want to check out my merch, my Teespring link is in the description below for that. We've got, you know, the shirts that I wear on the channel that has the logo across. I love when I see people representing my merch in public. It is like one of the coolest feelings I've ever had in my entire life. Very, very awesome. As well as phone cases for you people that love Digimon like so much like I do. A friend of mine custom made all these to fit these specific phone cases themselves. So the prices are a little bit higher just because I have to pay her back, as well as make a little tiny bit of profit because of how much, unfortunately, they take for their cut for Teespring. But like I said, if you can't do any of that, please just like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every time we hit a new mile marker for subscriptions, I give out free merch of all different types. 2000K, I think we're doing one of the playmat giveaways. So definitely be subscribed and ready for when that comes.